In the last video, we learned the classification of IMF's exchange rate regimes. In this video, we'll explore the currency regime choices faced by emerging market countries and the differences between floating and fixed regimes. For emerging markets, the choices of currency regime are somewhat special. As shown in this exhibit, the currency regime choices for emerging markets are either free floating regime or currency board or dollarization. They are extremes and have very different characteristics. Under free floating regime, currency value is free to float up and down with international market forces. Free floating regime will allow independent monetary policy and a free movement of capital, but at the loss of stability. Free floating regime will increase volatility, which may be more than what a small country with a small financial market can withstand. Free floating regime is one extreme when choosing currency regime for emerging markets. The other extreme is a fixed regime including currency board and dollarization. Under currency board, the value of local currency is fixed to another currency or basket, while dollarization replaces the local currency with US dollar. Under the two fixed regimes, independent monetary policy is lost. Political influence on monetary policy is eliminated. As far as the ability to gain seigniorage, dollarization system is worse than currency board, since dollarization will make the government lose the chance to gain seigniorage. The benefits from the ability to print its own money. Among all kinds of foreign exchange rate systems, the complete fixed and complete floating exchange rate systems are the two poles, and the question that which one is better has been discussed all along in the academic circles. Here are some conclusions. A nation's choices as to which currency regime to follow reflects national priorities about all facets of the economic, including inflation, unemployment, interest rate levels, trade balances, and economic growth. The choices between fixed and flexible rates may change over time as priorities change. Another conclusion is that, all else equal, countries would prefer fixed exchange rates. However, fixed exchange rate regime has advantages and disadvantages. Advantages include fixed rates provide stability in international prices, which is good for those countries depend a lot on international trade, and more fixed exchange rates requiring the country to follow restrictive monetary and fiscal policies. This is good for those developing countries or emerging market countries whose macroeconomic administrative ability are not mature enough. Disadvantages include fixed exchange rate regime necessitates that central banks maintain large quantities of international reserves for use. In addition, fixed rates, once in place, may be maintained at rates that are inconsistent with economic fundamentals. Many experts feel that The global financial marketplace will drive more and more emerging market nations towards one of those extremes, either fixed exchange rate system or flexible exchange rate system. Reasons to support a fixed exchange rate system include 1. Be able to make the world be linked together, which will be beneficial to coordinated development of the world economy. 2. Disadvantageous influence brought by exchange rate fluctuation can be avoided. 3. Floating exchange rate is unstable, under which the international coordination is hard, and it brings disadvantages to developing countries. On the other hand, reasons to support a flexible exchange rate system include: the first, BP imbalance will be restored automatically, need not sacrifice the internal economy. The third, improve the autonomy level of the monetary policy. The third, avoid the spread of the inflation among countries. The first, need not too much foreign exchange reserves, so the foreign exchange capital can be used into the economic development. The fifth, promote free trade and improve the efficiency of resource allocation. Factors to choose fixed and flexible exchange rate system including economic structure, inflation controlling, international cooperation, and international economic and financial environment. From the aspect of economic structure, when economic scale is small, economic structure is unitary. A country tends to choose fixed rate regime, otherwise flexible rate regime. From the aspect of inflation controlling, when a country chooses fixed rate regime, then internal inflation will be easily controlled. At the same time, it's easy to import foreign inflation. Well, if a country chooses flexible rate regime, then it's easy to isolate foreign inflation, but the economy itself will create inflation easily. From the aspect of international cooperation, if a country's trade partners are concentrated, then fixed rate regime is better. Otherwise, if its trade partners are scattered, then flexible rate regime is better. From the aspect of international economic and financial environment, if a country's degree of openness is high, then the country tends to choose fixed rate regime. Otherwise, can choose flexible rate regime. In the video, we explored the currency regime choices for the emerging market and discussed the differences between fixed and flexible exchange rate regime. That's all for the section. Thank you.